All right, so welcome to week 3, section 3 in CIT48A. This section, as I kind of previewed a little last week, is my favorite section because it's the thing that I do here at City is I work on the web, teaching students how to understand the web stack. Programming is part of that, and I'm excited probably for various reasons. And I'll just give you a little warning. I'm going to do a shameless plug for my Introduction to Web Development class as a way to help you get started with programming if you're interested. As we heard in Network Chuck's video last week, and I've just finished grading whoever had submitted. Now I'm actually in week 2 in the RL in the real world. So I saw some really good comments about that. And, he was very specific about that you need to learn programming along the way. So, I guess it's not a surprise that video was one that I selected given my background, but I honestly selected it because I feel that that's really true with everything that I've seen. But what was interesting in addition to that is I actually looked at the video I created for last semester. And you know what I was talking about last semester related to coding was artificial intelligence. So, like everything in the world, cybersecurity, education, every job we can think of pretty much, everything is going to be impacted by artificial intelligence. And if you haven't heard at this point, something called Chat GPT, not only is it affecting educators, it's affecting coders because it can write some, I wouldn't even necessarily term it basic, almost intermediate code. And and some might feel like, well, we're not going to have a need for programmers. And I don't believe that, but maybe I'm in denial. But it's true that we're going to be able to write better code. I think that would be my forecast of what this is going to do for us is that some of these routine tasks, because in programming is very common to do repetitive tasks when you start a new project, some of the just setup, some of the basic things, right? But when you get into more levels of sophistication, then that's when, if you can offload some of those easier tasks, then that allows you to be more productive. Now, over time, what will happen? Who knows? I mean, this thing has caught on so quickly that I think anybody is fooling themselves if they think they really understand what comes next. But I'm just giving you my, I guess I'm saying this too to say it's not that you shouldn't learn it, but you could also, as I had said in one of the posts or when I was writing about the written instruction for the essays, right? I said using Chat GPT to write your essays is academic dishonesty. But one of the things I feel like I left out was that, but it's okay to research, right? Because sometimes what you're looking for is just general knowledge, and you can write prompts through Chat GPT. So here's the deal: if you don't have a free account on Chat GPT, consider getting one. I mean, I've done it, and it's really pretty eye-opening just to learn how to prompt the system to get the kind of output you're looking for. So anyway, kind of coming back to here. So one of the skills I teach is Intro to Web Development. And in that class, you learn basic HTML, CSS, how to set up a local dev environment using GitHub. So one of the things I can tell you is you will use GitHub as a cybersecurity person. So learning that is helpful. Then you'll learn how to build a basic website, learn about search engine optimization, and you might think, well, how are these related? And what I would say to you is think about how much of what we're all doing is web-based. The answer is almost everything. So no matter where your career path will take you, having some additional experience with web would be helpful. So I'm saying this because I'm teaching right now a front 9 along with the timeline for this course of CIT 82, which is Introduction to Web Development. And we're offering a back 9. So if your schedule allows and you're interested, please let me know. I'll give you the section number now just so you can see it, and then I'll go over the work for this week. So here is, in this case, it's CIT 85, 82, and there is an 85 as well, which is, and I guess I should say that's the section number, but also there's some other programming courses being taught. Python is being taught. It's a 18-week course. It's not 9. So this is just a good introduction, completely online. Here's when it starts. It starts after this class. Okay. So if you want to know more about that or any of the other programming classes here in the business education, please let me know. I'd be happy to talk to you about any of that. Okay, so this was the video from last semester I was checking out. So interesting. All right, so our discussion this week is a peer review. So let's just go ahead and check that out. The peer review is going to be for those of you doing the essay, right? You should have a draft that you turned in last week. I will have given you feedback on that. Remember, I'm running these through turnitin.com. So if you get feedback there, but you want to continue to be working on it. So if you have a rough draft there, or if you're doing the darknet, you should have your first video done there. And so what you want to do, and hopefully you're getting used to this schedule, is that you want to have this part, which is step one, done by Wednesday, so folks can start doing post after that. So what do you need to do in your reply? Here's what I want you to write about. Okay, and then on the second part, I'll have you actually share the PDF from out on the cloud. Actually, I need to say that there. All right. So, what I want you to write about is, are you satisfied with your research? And I say summary here because if you're doing the darknet, it's really a summary. And then what has changed since you began, right? Since you first thought about this, now that you have your first, what's changed about that? And do you look at things differently? So these are the same questions that reply to either of these because they really do apply. It's like, and so in your reply, do that. And then what you want to do is take the rough draft or the darknet that you've done, the sample document, right? Or most likely using Word. You could be using Google Docs. It doesn't matter. And then export or save, and I'll show you this in just a second. Your document is a PDF, and then I'll include this content. I just realized I hadn't put it up here, and upload it. Place it out on either OneDrive. You could do SharePoint. Some of you use that for your week one, so you could go back to week or section one and see how we uploaded the videos and shared them. It's the same concept here. So you're going to make them shareable out on the cloud and then provide the link right to the post. So don't again, do not attach it. You will lose points for attaching it, right? Give us a link, and give us a nice link. Don't say something like my draft, my rough, because this is a rough draft, right? And then you could just select here, and then whatever your URL, right? Just do your external link. And remember, last week I actually talked about how to check to make sure that document is correctly shared up on the cloud, whichever cloud you decide to use. Okay. Which, by the way, also in Word, I'm just going to bring it up on my local system. Here's a example layout I did for those doing the darknet. If you don't know how, on Word or any really word processor these days, you can do save as, and you can just select the PDF as a document type. I believe also some of them you can just hit file print and then print to PDF. But however you do it, create that PDF. Oh, here's a VS Code for programming. I was going to chat about that, but this is already longer than I thought it was going to be. Okay. So this talks about that due date. Make sure, and again, I've limited the responses to 2 instead of 3. So make sure you get that done and give us a clean link. Don't attach, and you should be good to go here. Okay. I'm not going to do that post. And so from here on out, and actually from here, this is no different, except that again, our topic's different this week, right? So here's your programming, your PDF, the videos, which I have to say, I've very much appreciated the basic programming coverage that IT Pro TV did on these. I think it really is helpful. I took these quizzes myself. I actually got a couple questions wrong, so I did a little research and I could see where that could be possibly true. So that was great as well. And then you will take, video video quiz, and then you'll end with the development one. Okay. So anyway, that's what we have for this week. And then I am somewhere here. Somewhere I am here. So if you have any questions about any of that, please let me know. And I've enjoyed getting to know some of you already. I look forward to getting to know more of you as we move through the course. It's never too late to join Discord. Asking questions out there is wonderful. Remember that you and our schedules will probably be different, but I've noticed students are posting questions at various times of the day. So that's great as well. So welcome to section 3, programming language. And then this one focuses on Python because that's generally the one that folks that are going into cyber. But learning programming, there's so many ways these days to learn programming. And although in my course that I was talking about, Introduction to Web Development, you're going to be setting up local dev environments, what we call development environments, through VS Code using GitHub. Okay, that's part of the core skill you get from that. There's also cloud-based ways to set up the VS Code, believe it or not. And then you can also just use a complete cloud-based, what we call IDE, cloud-based editor, or a cloud-based service. So there's many ways to learn. There's not just one. I'm just telling you about one that you might feel, if your schedule allows, to take advantage of. Okay, shameless plug on my part. All right, talk to you soon. Oh, over here.